They answered him, but you cannot go ahead and answer others. The guy that ministered to him, they had answer, and they can also give answers. Peter and John said, rise and walk. What we have we give you now, and we change. They had it, and they gave it, and it worked. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and begin to walk. How many of you know that name is not a nomenclature, it's power? That name is not just what to call. Begin to say the name of Jesus, the name of Jesus. Papa spoke, Shogedeko spoke of mommy and him one day they were traveling, and they were about to face accident, and mommy was shouting in Jesus' name, in Jesus. One of us said, one is enough. Don't raise the name. That name is too powerful. You know some people, you say ordinary rat, Jesus. Don't waste that name. Maybe the reason why name has not worked for you, that you don't know that name is toxic. In Igbo land, it's ritual. Obanje cannot wait to. Why you say in Jesus? I don't like when I go to program and say, I say, what is wrong? I must waste 7 times. You not call Jesus' name 7 times. It is the theology that does not have base in the Bible. Emotion does not cause miracle, it's revelation. Calling it 7 times in Jesus' name, in Jesus. And you know after people call 7 times, they don't have prayer points. In Jesus' name, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. I will prefer that we say in the name of Jesus. Speak forth to the 31st day in the month of July. All of you will deliver according to prophecy. That is enough. That is enough. That is enough. I didn't plan this. Every month in every days in July, we deliver the packet that is yours. Every month in this year. I mean, look at me. Months appear with loads. The Bible said you daily loaded us with benefits. They come with loads. So if you're going to be a jet of God's word, you need more than in your own life. You must be able to give it. Can I pray with somebody here? The problem that is in your life now, after expression, you will be solving it for others. And I'm going to say, sometimes I was like that. He settled my testimony. Our present UK. He said, give everybody multiple visa. Let them come in. I'm changing their story. Including that, everybody came in. Who is that person? I command the door that will open, that will make you a blessing to your generation. After expression, that will happen in the name of Jesus. Man of God, you have to look for this person. So I was praying, I saw somebody, the Lord said, I put a brain in her, on him. I didn't see the gender. There's a brain or somebody hearing me this morning. The Bible said the brain, God said the brain is too loaded for you just to pass exam. He said that brain is to help others to rise academically. He said it's too loaded just to be for only you to pass exam. He said I put it there like that so that when men contact you, their intellectual capacity is sharpened. They can fulfill their destiny. That person hearing me today, I speak oil upon that mind. I speak oil upon that grace. Louder amen. Till old age it will function in the name of Jesus. Men that will not just have greater works in them, but they will distribute it. People were running away from this lady, and they said anytime you fellowship with her, every good thing you have start disappearing. You can also become an agent of goodness that people will be looking for. Yes. I thought you were hearing me here this morning. Can you pray the Holy Ghost as you connect to that reservoir that makes a man agent of greater works? Everywhere I go, Lord, I connect to that reservoir. I connect to that reservoir. You don't need to be the reservoir. Just connect your pipe to it. It keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. It keeps flowing in the day, in the night, in the morning. Where you plan and where you didn't plan. So be it in the name of Jesus. The third category of people in that story was the people that God, you can sit down. The Lord did great things for. The relative of that guy. I didn't like the word they used. I was reading that very early this morning. I don't like that the word KJV used. As if it's a bread. Can you listen to me? The Bible said they laid in there every day. I don't like that word laid. As if they are laying books. As if they are laying bed. Can I show you that in the spirit? And I'm changing your level from that. This is what we call a man that has become trouble they can't run away from. So every day they have to go and put him at a place. Imagine the person that does that every morning. If the guy is going to go to work, he has to go and lay the guy where he's going to get money for his life. They have to go and lay him there. I don't like that word laid. They will put him there and say, we can't help you, but we have brought you to where helpers we pass. And they laid him there every morning. And if you read your Bible, if they said daily, which means there is an opening time, there is a closing time. The person that brought him for open time will still come and pick him at the closing time. You don't know what that person is going through. I suspected that person should be his mother. I suspected he should be a friend that loves him. But he couldn't help him. He has to lay him there. Every burden on your life like that. You see, there are people in your life, there are things in your life you can't help. Except you are not a mature person. From age 16, any person around your life that does not give you joy become prayer point. That's a sense of responsibility. When you said, I don't care what happened to everybody, I'm okay. You don't know what it means to be okay. You are 8 siblings and it's only you shining. They will bring you down. Oh, this lady was crying. I said, God has blessed you. Why are you crying? He said, Mom is in the hospital. The diagnosis is so bad. And we lift up our place, the place of prayer where we gather. I said, Lord, for our sake, heal somebody. And I pray for you. Anybody around you that is like that, you are laying them there. You are putting them there. You are expecting something great to happen. You don't like it when you hear what goes around them. And then the louder amen. There will be greater works on their behalf in the name of Jesus. You don't understand this. You don't understand it. Do you know there are people joy that by default becomes your own joy? Their miracle become your miracle. Please, I thought there are responsible people here. I give you just 30 seconds. Mention all your siblings in the place of prayer now. Can you go ahead and speak to God on their behalf? Everybody you come from the same mother. Speak to them, speak to them. Begin to say, Shola, greater works. Mention their name and speak greater works. Mention their name and speak greater works. Yes, greater works, greater works, greater works. You are not prophesying, you are not declaring. I mean all of the living. Greater works, mention them. All of you will rise together. I love the way this sister is doing. This brother is not talking about it. I love the way the doctor is doing. It's your health, it's your finances. I speak greater works. That person will be watching you on the video. I said, this is then you love me. They ask you to pray for. Pray for Simone and they will share with you. They will capture the letter of appointment and show you on the WhatsApp. They will show you that baby born. The family will come back together. The sickness disappear. I love when this brother is praying. Everybody that is around you, that God will do better work for them on your behalf, on your behalf. I love the way these ministers of God are praying. This lady is not joking. She looks sophisticated when she's praying. This guy looks so exposed but he's praying. Pray the Holy Ghost, pray the Holy Ghost. Greater works, greater works, greater works, greater works. The last time you should have into this. By this. Amen. If I have a prophet or prophetess in the house, God should open your eyes to see that some people are rising as you are praying. Say it loudly, say it loudly. You are going to speak to that person. In the name of Jesus, rise, 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 rise. Speak to the person, speak to the person. Speak to him in the name of Jesus. Rise, rise. Greater works for you, greater works in you, and greater works through you. All the 3 dimensions we are praying for. For you, in you, and through you. In Jesus' name, we are praying. And thank God this morning. I asked God, I said, God, this morning, let there be understanding that we fast track miracle. And I can see it already in the house. I can see it in the house. Wait here. When you say understanding, hear me, understanding, which means something is under that keep it standing. And the one who receive your miracle, you need what must be under that will keep it standing. I speak to somebody who is praying. Louder amen. Greater works for you in the name of Jesus. Greater works works in you in the name of Jesus. Greater works through you in the name of Jesus. So I'm going to ask this question 3 times. I will say, are you ready? I need your yes prophetically. Are you ready for that? Please. I still told God in place of prayer yesterday. I said, Lord, I am not a motivational speaker and I hate to be one. I'm not one and I hate to be one. I'm your oracle. So I'm not exciting you. I'm telling you a prophetic language. Repeat it. I'm going to say yes 3 times. Are you ready to be that? Are you ready for that? I mean, are you ready to be an agent of greater works? I'm struggling to interpret this for you. Can you listen here? There are 10 prophetic unction has to come in your mother language for clearance. What I'm hearing now is coming in my mother language. I will try to interpret. Here it was. What said the Lord? You want miracle? You know that? You are the next in the line of His goodness. There are many people who entered temple that day and they went back home the same. This guy didn't enter temple and they got the answer. Many people enter the place of worship and there is nothing to worship God for in their life. To locate. Since you have faith, before we say Happy New Year, another one, you will have met in the name of Jesus. That is traceable only to Jesus. Men we ask you, who raised you? I'm going to say Jesus. Who turned your testimony? Who turned your life around? He located me where I was. He searched for my situation. Sir, listen to this testimony. We are serving an accurate God. His brother was on wheelchair. Can you listen? He was on wheelchair. And everybody was saying, who is going to marry this guy? On wheelchair. Here in Forest. Should I tell you what happened? The Lord spoke to the lady far US. US. The Lord went and spoke to the lady. He said, your husband is in Forest. And then the life story. The guy traveled, the lady traveled down to US. And he was looking for the person God described for him. And lo and behold, the brother that cannot stand up on the chair, the person said, came. And there was a man that turned into citizen without legs. He's everywhere. When he was, I thought that was the day the brother was saying, Lord, with the way I am, am I going to get the right person? Can I inform you? You may know everybody, but you know him that matters. Story may remain the same. Can I inform some people? In fact, you have known some people that are hindering the blessing. I said, look at now, his senior brother uncle who is a senator. Another one is a PA. How will he not be raised? That's why the person that God sent is still delaying the miracle. I praise God. People that we know that will hinder the people you are sent. Don't let me know. Yes. This man didn't know anybody, but it was his storm for greater works. Your amen will be louder now. Amen. Before we have another expression, I see somebody rushing to the altar and said, I have a testimony. I see somebody say, I was under that encounter that day, and it has changed my story for better. You are the person I'm describing in the name of Jesus Christ. While the section was prolonging, I've told myself that I will be brief this morning. Early this morning, Lord want me to tell this and we begin to pray. Whether you are going to be agent to carry the good works, you need it in your life, or for somebody. I'm going to do 3 things very seriously. In a brief time now, please, I'm begging you, everybody, including man preaching, turn your eyes away from anybody you are thinking will be the helper. You have to do that psychologically. I mean, you know, some people's psychology has been tied to somebody. That's why they can't pray to God. Now, just do that in your psychology. You look away from everybody and fix your eyes on Jesus the way this guy did it. Say, I'm not looking at anybody now. I am not saying you don't appreciate people. Is that what I say now? But for the sake of this greater works, turn your eyes from everybody. Say, Lord, I'm looking for you. Wait, sir. You're going to do that psychologically. You're going to delete from your psychology anybody sitting down there that is hindering God. And you're going to fix your eyes on him. Wait, sir. You're going to pray. Wait. When those guys say, look at us, are they talking about you will do the second thing? How many people here want to become agent of greater works here? You remember Acts chapter 4 verse 33? When they look at that guy, they say, who is this guy that are doing this? They said they must have been with Jesus. Can I pray for you? Grace to be with Jesus like never before. My thought is that there are people here who want to be agent of greater works. Look at this drama. Man of God, can you come? We pray in a moment. Can you come, sir? Look at this. Being with Jesus. Being with Jesus. How many of us want to explain this? Do you know that whatever the perfume this guy used, he used a correct one. You know the difference between perfume and lavender. Lavender is for area. When some people pass, they are smelling lavender. There's no difference between perfume and lavender. Perfume is to deal with body odor. Lavender is at back or jack on top. When I pass, people will hear. So people are going to buy lavender. He's doing his embalmment before he died. Look at this. This guy used correct perfume and it's a correct one. It does not need to do like this to me. I just jam in maybe in a program, and when I'm having my clothes in the morning, I will not have to run my body on Sunday. If this hanky gets lost, and you want to know the owner of the hanky psychologically, when you pick 4 hanky, you don't know the owner. Just shoot it. Am I right? Just do like this. I said, this is hanky, Dr. Akimari. Because the holder is carrying lots of anything he has. So if you have been with Jesus in the place of prayer, on that Tuesday he asked you to fast and you fasted. There are times you are not fasting to get something, you are fasting to rub yourself on it. There is a midnight you wake up in the place of prayer and say, God, I'm not asking for something, I am rubbing myself on it, let me carry it. There is any morning like that, you cook the breakfast, you want to take it. I'm not talking to everybody now, those of you in that category. You cook the breakfast, you want to take it, and God said, can I have you 30 minutes in speaking in tongues? And you said, but my food will be cold. Let the food be cold and you remain hot. God said, can I have you 30 minutes? You have been with me. As we're in this meeting, we are praying the Holy Ghost. And you notice that the dimension flowing in your spirit is beyond what is happening in everybody. There is a being with me. You may not know that you have contacted something. It is on Monday you will discover. When you pass and somebody said there is something about this lady that is not common. You must have been with a strange being. Kaya Baruse. Some people will enter a interview panel and they will say, get out! You are close. And somebody will enter and say, something in himself, we should do it for him. Lift up your two hands. Grace to be with him. And carry him. When you receiving this grace, I call for revival of your personal Bible study life. In the beginning was the word. You can't wait. You can't hit God and not bench Holy Ghost. I thought somebody said me. You can't be hitting God and your belch in the spirit will not be Holy Ghost. You know, some people will just open their mouth and the next 3 hours words will become. Go and ask them. That's their breakfast. That is their dinner. They asked Pastor Obief Kumuyi, how do you read? He said the man of God read Bible anytime, anywhere, anyhow. But people should not be reading Bible again if it's just to preach. There is somebody that entices when you read the word. Lift up your two hands. Great to be connected to him so that you can carry him. It's just for a set of people here this morning, it's not everybody. Wow. There are special grace of God in the house this morning. You're everywhere. Please, if you're a minister, you want to carry God, including me, this is a session for you. You want to carry this Jesus in a dimension I've not carried, and I must relate with him. I pray for the revival of your personal relationship with God. I'm aware, I know this morning that when I get to this point, we will drop some people. So don't let us drop you. Let me have this drama for somebody. I decree in the name of the Lord, something that will come upon you on a Monday morning, as you are working on the computer, you are getting it right. You are not missing what they ask you to do, and you are being like your office mate said, what happened? He said, I will deliver earlier than you, I will submit earlier than you, but something else is going on. Come and ask us. Some of us have went to the realm of spirit when we are preparing for exam. You carry the book you want to read for the exam. As you are reading for the exam, something you don't plan come upon you. And as you are moving around in the room you are reading, you do the PCX like this. You put it on your tag. God is showing you beyond passing exam. He has shown you a future of destiny. I said, I'm seeing beyond this exam. And God told me 1 year, I can show you what is greater than the exam and fail the paper. You can't be reading microbiology and God is showing you biology of destiny and still fail microbiology. The lecturer that teach you microbiology does not know biology of destiny. The Bible said, I have more understanding than my teacher because your law is my meditation. Lord, I pray for grace for personal relationship with God. Who is getting a new car this year? I turn your car to a place of communion. Inside that car, so loaded with grace. People will want you to carry them, not just for neat. They know when they enter the car, they can't come out the same way. Agent of greater works. Louder amen. I call for revival of your personal relationship. Join me any moment from now. Please don't look at anybody. I'm going to pray myself. Let me pray this way. By the time we start now, give yourself expression in the spirit. We can't come to expression as if you don't have expression. You're going to be looking for a reunion with the Holy Ghost, a connection with Rema, a deep fellowship. Wait here. I'm hearing a very strange word. An intercourse with the Holy Ghost. Mary said, how will this happen? The Spirit of God will come upon you. And something will be coming out naturally. And what will come out of you will be so heavy that we have to name him Son of God. I need a louder amen. Grace for a deeper relationship with God. Consistent prayer life. Effective Bible study life. Somebody is here. Please don't miss it. Somebody is here as a ministry. Wait, I saw them collecting the clothes you wore before and they give you another one. God, what is the meaning of this? A change of regalia for better communion. I'm going to pray. I was praying that day and God told me and said, son, I have category of sons. There are sons that they only talk to me inside the fence. When I want to speak with them, I come out from my inner room, I go to my sitting room, and I come to the fence to speak with them. They can't come to my inner room, they will forfeit it. He said the other set of sons, I meet them in the sitting room. He said the other set of sons, I meet them in my inner room. And there are others. Even if I'm in the toilet or master bedroom, I will ask them to come in. I said, God, can I see that in the Bible? He that dwelleth under the secret place of the Most High. And God told me, I said, son, hear this today. I have a secret place that many people don't know it. But he that have opportunity to dwell there, this is somewhere you don't want to miss. I call for promotion in your communion life. I thought I had them here. Grace to enter where you have not entered. In your relationship with God. I love this music minister. There are songs that has never been sung in a secret place. There are insight to the word of God. God has not given to anybody. It's still there. The title of the book is still there. Kalume Sepa. I thought you would be wide about that. Receive grace to relate with him better. Let that businessman enter. Let that lecturer enter. Let that carry Jesus. Open the next door of access to me. Open up the fire. Out of witness in the place of God. Feasting at a table, surrounded by your glory, in your presence. That's where I always want to be. I just want to be with you. Somebody will pray the prayer before. Somebody will have victory over that sin. They say we don't There is an ankle level, there is a knee level, there is a wrist level, there is a level it overshadows. I love that song. I was trying to remember it yesterday. Open up. Let me channel my spirit. Open up. That's when this guy that sang this song was talking about let the channel of my spirit open up. So, let's hear floodgate now. Let me hear floodgate. Let's hear it now. Let's hear that now. Can we go ahead? You are stepping there this morning. Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday. Not just in the church. You shall be able to get
you can't go backward. You are stranded. There will be an explosion. And Elizabeth, this one is prophetically, but please come close to the altar. Every stranded destiny, you are picking risks. You don't know what God is saying. There are some destiny that you are stranded. You pick up and you play two, and you are there. You can't go back, you can't go forward. They send you abroad, you don't have enough school fees to complete it, and you can't go back to Nigeria, and you are stranded. Now we are going to take us, God said there will be an explosion of destinies. And the grave is going to open. Across this altar, every life will be literal fire. The Lord told me said there will be a release like arrows fired. This incubation of the Holy Spirit. It is the incubation time. This is the peak of this matter. There will be instant deliverance, instant healing. Every joke they be dissolved instantly. Please get of it, sir. The fountain that is open now will produce instant testimonies. Some tumors will disappear. Before you leave this altar, you will check your body, you will not find it again. So God said the high that we are getting into now is a heart of river that swamps. It's the level of the consuming fire. Not the one that we warm it up. It will consume it totally. The stone, the water, the wood, they will be totally consumed. Everybody on a special Monday is waiting for. It's always peak on Saturday, and when you get there, you know you are there. You don't come down normal. You must be straight and special. You must not come back with that tumor. This session must not end. This move, this river that is there, must not bring you down. I have said this before. You must be totally changed. Some of you enjoy supernatural guidance. That is the guidance of the angel. They just hold your hand and lead it for this. It is too late to be talking to people. God gives direction. God gives direction. The angel told me to hold his hand. I don't know whether God here today. The angel is going to hold your hand. Supernatural lifted. The hand of Peter was held and he was led. Supernatural. Angelic guidance. God has a special package greater than this. We will have break. Anybody that wants to express themselves in the Holy Ghost, they begin in quietness. And after this short break, anybody that wants to be there can remain here. That is to get you set for the next. In the next 30 minutes, you may not be able to end this meeting. I want to especially recommend the grace of Saint Oke. No, you are wonderful. Minister Tisi. Minister Tisi. You are blessed. This is a loaded meeting. So enjoy the time of prayer and be there. Anybody we need to minister to around, we will do because Holy Ghost is still moving. Now, the Lord told me this. Listen. We are going to have seminars. And we are going to have more prayer sessions. Well, I'm not going for this. She will please oblige us. I have seen it. See how things competence. And we need it in this meeting. So in the next session, when the minister finishes, she will come up there, she will speak to people individually to give them prophetic guidance. He has said it. We have the message in the house. I think it would be an honor to have her minister to one of the I need a blessing of my ministry. The product, they have been blessed by administrations. She's wonderful. She's talented, anointed. She will see for people like that. I think we need it on this mountain. I've been begging her to come up. She will come up. In Jesus' name we pray. So just be there. You can lie down. You can go back to your seat if you want. You can sit down on your chair. Proper quietness. Waiting for the next session. You want to lie down? Lie down. Write out things that must be dealt with. Write it out. Be specific about them. As the mood is coming, be attacking it to them. Write what you know where God is taking. In the name of Jesus. Please, all over your body. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Supreme Skonamana Hartikos Kinemos.
I decree total freedom now. I decree total freedom now. Le control the brain of Shataya Levos. Levos Subrahana Shataya. Le Katana Levos. Everything that hold you all this one. You are receiving your freedom. You are receiving your freedom. You are receiving your freedom. Lipo Shataya. Zokotoma Ikatala. Lekotoma Iliparando Shatalia. Lekotoma Libragara. Every bondage upon you is broken. It is broken now. It is broken now. It is broken now. It is broken now. Your star will shine forth. In the mighty name of Jesus. By the authority in the name of Jesus. That power that raised Jesus from the dead. Inande brahinos cabados, legedos, nelinos cabanedos yarash, regenda la bossa barabosia. By the fire of the Holy Ghost, wherever you are tied, I set the fire of God upon the place now, and I decree your total freedom. I decree your total freedom. I decree your total freedom. Everything they have placed upon the stomach, whatsoever they have placed upon the stomach, your healing is coming now. Your healing is coming now. Let's so in the name of Jesus. Let there be a reversal. Let there be a reversal. Let there be a Jesus. Whatsoever have you come unto me, whatsoever that will get you at a siege, wherever they have dedicated you to, you are a child of destiny and you belong to God. He is breaking those yokes. La suka tali brosha tali gedosa. Mandele bos cobra no shatali. Le dos ria dos sobra hadosa. Mandele bos. Zali manabos solia. I decree total separation between you and that goddess. Total separation. Total separation. Whatsoever they are holding ransom in you, I decree it is set free. Your marriage is set free in the mighty name of Jesus. As you anything they are holding to lead to you. Jesus, it will be a voice to the nation.
Jehovah, there is no one like you. Your name is Elohim. At the mention of your name, principalities, demons, witches must bow. At the mention of your name, every tongue shall confess. You are the God that I give you God. There is no one. Let me say, covenant keeping God. There is no one, no Omega. Jehovah, there is no one like you. You are the God of you are the God of Jacob. You are the God of Elijah. You answered my covenant keeping God. Oh, there is no one like you. You beg but
Nothing you cannot change, nothing you cannot turn around. You are able, great and mighty God. So I put my trust in you. Nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot change, nothing you cannot turn. You are God, you are all you can do, all you can say, what no man can say, all you can change any situation at all. Only you are able, only you are able to do. Like you walk the streets of
Now, the Lord said, this is a deliverance session. Now, I confirm with the servant of God, I see God want to flush out some negative in the life of people. The Lord told me there's too much pollution and He want to flush it out. Now, when I see how ministry, I know God want to bring that out. And when God identified it, don't bother to struggle with it. Don't like your shame, right? Because some have never discovered it at all. Don't debate it. The kind of demonic oppression that happens in people's lives that are ignorant of, there are many. So if God describes something that is happening to you, don't struggle with it. Because this is a mountain of holistic workers. And God did not want you to go back with a manifestation that will be mixed manifestations. That something positive is flowing out and something negative is mixing with it. This called even involves some people that you think they have been totally delivered from certain things. Allow God to flush it out on this mountain. If we are so humble enough and we receive what God is going to do on this mountain, everybody will be totally changed. So since God has decided to do this now, don't struggle with anyone that comes up. I know some will not be confident to come out for the cause of something God will be making, but even if you can't come out, just respond there. I want to give that privilege because I see God is in that. But don't go back with your shame. Those who come out, we are going to lay hands on them and minister to them. There will be total and instant deliverance. So that by the time God will be bringing the second call, it will be pure vessels. And please, I want to warn you, separate from relationship and bring pollution. Masturbation, especially sexual sin, don't try it. If you are here, you are playing with girlfriend, boyfriend all around, and you want to do greater work, don't stop with it again. If you come next expression and tell me you are still the same as usual, I know what has caused it. You continue with your sin, and there is no need for you to become yourself, because you will discourage what God is doing because you are not rising. We need people that will maximize the oil. We need those that will collect the oil and they know they must do something within the next few months. Don't come here after 24 hours of continuous impartation, you go and throw it in the lap of one girl. You say it's happened again, sir. What is that kind of nonsense? God wants me to warn you since last year, and just for 24 hours. And God gathered many people here. You are not more than 50 or 100 that are here now for this session. And God is pouring everything in your life. You cannot afford to waste it. Because did I say how many people God gathered? God has gathered the whole world through the people that are here. You will see this oil will touch the whole world. Thank you, Jesus, for this word. Glory be to God. Sorry, minister of God. Let's just
in the name of Jesus. In the name of le kobokoto kotobre ende supra engantande dote kote kotea le kiana mane konde prospe in the name of receive the fueling for that joy right now receive the fueling for that joy right now in the name of Jesus. Take it up by the Spirit of God. Wow, to your foundation. In the name of Jesus. Take it.
Transform your spirit man and have a new creation experience. This is a mountain of encounter. So right there where you are, I will call you out. Accept Christ as your Lord and Savior. And let Him come into your heart. You might have been going to church every day. You might have been sprinkled with water when you are done. That will not give you this kind of greater work experience. Christ needs to come into you. I'm aware you cannot enter the kingdom. It means you cannot enter heaven. You cannot enter kingdom manifestation. So he cannot do without carnality. He cannot do without sin. And the Spirit of God is very, very vital. So right where you are, say after me, Lord Jesus, I accept you as my Lord and my Savior. Take hold of me. Let's put this on here. Thank you, Father, for sin. Now, if you are there in a court, student,
just to see you, to behold you as my King, for your glory, I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. free from the cares of life that seems to weigh me down. Yes, the worship out of me needs consistency. So lift my hands and give you praise when no one is around. Yes, the worshiper, yes, the worshiper of me wants to break free from the cares of life, from the cares of life that seems to weigh me down. Like when I should be standing up, like when I should be up, I'm sitting in my seat. To lift my hands and give you praise when no one is around. I wanna say, I wanna give my best. I wanna do what He asked me to do. I wanna go where nothing for. Say the word and I'll be there. I wanna leave the life that's free. I wanna serve you with all my heart. You desire Jesus is the I give you more. I give you more. Everything that's in the voice I can sing. You are not the God in need of my journey in the wild. You are not the God in need of my preaching on the altar. It's by your plans. That's just the way we live. 'Cause you are God alone from before time began. You are all control. You are God alone. Right now, in the good times and bad, you are all control. You are God And right now, in the good times and bad, you still remain on the throne. And so nothing can change who you are. And right now, whether things are going right or wrong, you remain on the throne. And so my circumstances don't change who you are, because you are God. And from before time began, you still remain God. You are God alone. Listen, listen. God doesn't live His life. God doesn't exist. He's the existence. God is not living His life. So my circumstance don't change. And right now, mommy, in the good times and bad, you are still on the throne. You are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on your throne. You are God alone. And one of God, listen. How can I destroy the God that is in this trial? Lord.